What's happening? What's happening, people? Welcome to Trash Talking with the Old Heads, Tasty Tuesday edition.
Tasty
Tasty
Tuesdays.
Tuesday, sir. I'm your host, Dante. You know who it is. Of course, I got my boy Greg C with me. What's happening, brother?
No excuses. Play like a champion. Even on a Tuesday, baby. It's going up.
Even on a Tuesday, bro.
Yes, sir.
Of course, we missing our boy Black, my boy Jerry, but hey, you know, old heads got jobs and responsibilities, baby.
One monkey don't stop no show.
You already know, but he'll be back with us on Friday. So we'll be a three-man crew again on Friday. But we're going to be bringing you these Tuesday editions to wrap up the week in sports and news and entertainment and everything else. But of course,
Yes,
bro, that game last night, bro.
man.
Eagles, Falcons, the decision heard around the world.
The birds.
Hey, the bird.
Bird men.
What's your thoughts on that decision to throw the ball, bro?
You already know, man. It was Nick Siriani being Nick Siriani. Trying to be the smartest coach in the room, want to be the riverboat gambler. Um, and the play was open, right? It was open.
It was there,
But
bro.
there is a reason why coaches do not pass in those situations when they're trying to run the clock out. Because there's two things can happen. You got a 50% chance of completing it and a 50% chance of it being incomplete. One or the other. Either way, you are putting your team at jeopardy of not being able to close out the game. When you have the game inside 2 minutes, the team is out of timeouts. Now, it would be different if they had a timeout and you want to make sure that you try to, make sure you get the first down. If it was a little bit less attainable as far as running it and getting the first down than it would be in passing. So, what 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7. But this is the Eagles. You've been running all day long. Jalen Hurts, 85 yards rushing. Barkley, 95 yards rushing. Almost 4 yards a pop. And then what have they been doing for the last 2, 3 years that's been unstoppable? What's been the most unstoppable play?
Tush push.
The tush push. If you so choose, if you feel so confident, if you that much of a gambler, you're going to get a yard, 2 yards. You right in range for the tush push if you just want to close the game out. He take unnecessary chances. This goes back to the first quarter where he had an opportunity to take the 3-0 lead and he chose to go for it on 4th and 4. We already know those are the hardest yards to get when you are inside the 10-yard line. The field is condensed, right?
Right.
There's not a lot of room. You had 3 downs to already get 10 yards. You'd fail to get it. Take the 3-0 lead.
I had more of a problem with the early one than I did the one late. I'm just gonna be honest. I mean, the play was there, bro. I guess my only problem with it is when you do that and it's an incomplete pass, then go ahead and go for it on 4th down and have them backed up further. You know what I'm saying? I didn't understand the whole I'm gonna be aggressive right here on 3rd down, then I'm gonna kick the field goal. I didn't really get how the
But
two kind of went
now,
together.
now
You
see,
know what
now
I'm saying?
you now
I didn't get it. You know what I'm
that
saying?
decision, Dante, would be asinine. As a 10, as a 11, as a 12 to go for it. Because what you gonna do? Throw it again?
But like you said, they could have ran and got it. That Atlanta front not stout like that. Their front
But
is not stout like that. You
but
know
it's
what I'm
harder
saying? Me
again.
personally, I would have run it twice.
Right.
Stop
But
getting 4 yards. You know what I'm saying?
Dante, you already know it's harder to run the ball
I
inside the
get
10
it,
yard line.
bro. But you talking about the Atlanta Falcons. They not stout like that, dog. They not.
They not, but you know what I'm saying? They weren't pushovers either. They weren't Dallas Cowboy-esque
Oh no, I
against the
get you.
Saints.
I guess I just didn't have the play was there. Saquon Barkley didn't make the play, dog.
That
You
play
pay
was there.
12, $14 million back, whatever you're making now. You got to catch that ball, dog. Catch the
that
ball.
okay, I get that, Dante. That play was there.
It was
But you
there.
don't take that play. That's again, you do not take that play. You run the ball and you run out 40 more seconds. If they got the ball, you mean to tell
They
me
got down the field in like 30.
no, they didn't. I go back and watch. They got the ball with 1 minute and 34 seconds left.
And it
They
39.
scored. They scored the touchdown with about 30 some seconds left, or less than 30 seconds left. Right. If you take 40 seconds off of that 134, they ain't scoring no touchdown. Number one, they're having to take bigger chances. We already know with minute and 30 seconds left, Dante, no timeouts. The sideline is your friend. With that lesser time, with 70 yards to go, you defend the sideline,
I mean,
and you make them take deep passes.
I get the probability play that you're talking about. I get it. I absolutely get what you're saying. But I guess my thing is, yeah, you say he riverboat, trying to be a riverboat gambler and that whole deal, but he made the right call. Well, he made the right play call.
He made the right Madden play call.
No,
the play you playing football,
you have to catch that ball, Saquon Barkley.
What would Nick Saban do? When I get in these situations, I ask myself, what would the GOAT do? What would the GOAT do? The GOAT is running that fucking ball.
Well, if we talking NFL, then you should be what would Bill Belichick do then?
Well, okay. Well, what would Bill Belichick do? Ain't he from the Bill Belichick tree?
With Tom Brady as the quarterback, he might call that.
No, sir. No way, no how. No way, no
I guess
not
hindsight is always 2020. They catch that ball. Saquon catches that ball. We all like, oh, great play, yada yada yada.
It's a gutsy play, but again, it's not necessary, because you play the percentages. You play the percentages at that point in time. You're up 3 points, 18-15. They have to drive the ball the whole field with less than a minute to play.
Right.
The likelihood of that happening is slim to none, unless you got Patrick Mahomes and they got Kirk, my favorite player. I'm sorry. I don't think he's driving 70 yards down the field with 50-some seconds left to play, or 40 seconds left to play.
I mean, not happening. I get it, bro. I guess I just didn't have, like I said, the play call was there. The play was there to be made. Your players got to make plays. I guess I just put more accountability on the players in that situation, man. He got to make that play, dog. I mean, I'm just like,
I mean, you're right. I mean, that's not a wrong take. I'm not disagreeing there. I'm just saying that Nick Siriani cost them that game. Yeah, there were a couple of plays that could have been made either way. There's always an opportunity or a play here or a play there that could decide the game, but you don't want your coach to lose the game for you or to put you in a bad situation. Furthermore, the Philly defense, when you let a team drive 70 yards down the field in less
that's my issue, dog. That's my bigger issue.
That's a problem. That's a problem. But again, it's football. A bounce here, a bounce there, a busted coverage here or there, and the game flipped. They made that one pass.
But it looked like they had two busted coverages in a row. Like, man, like, what's the deal? Like, the defense, and then no pass rush. That's Hassan Reddick had to be sitting back like, yeah, didn't want to pay me, huh?
All it took was that one, and they didn't get no pressure on
none. That's what I'm saying.
The entire night.
Right. Hassan Reddick just sitting there looking like, oh, y'all don't want to pay me, right?
Whatever. We don't know. I mean, hell, we don't know if he would have made a difference or not. He's getting older, but he's been a good pass rusher.
I'm about to say the last 5-6 years, say he's been effective.
He's been a good pass rusher. He has been that. You know what I'm saying? When you need somebody to close out the game in passing situations, you could definitely need him in those situations.
Right. But I'm with you though. Their defense is an issue, Chief. Through 2 games,
I told you that.
Yeah, that back end, Chief. And now it looked like the front not even very good.
Hey, but I don't care. That just opened up the door. You know what I'm saying? I'm not as sold on. I mean, but Philly did not have AJ Brown, true enough. But it gives me more confidence that we could possibly slip in and take the division, because the division don't look too hot right now. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
You got Philly blowing a game against Atlanta that they should have won.
Right.
And again, I blame Nick Sirianni. That was Nick Sirianni. Jalen played pretty good. Saquon, other than that drop, he was, his first 2 games have been pretty impressive.
Yeah, he fits, what they're trying to do. He fits, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I know everybody was high on Philly coming into the year. Like I said, I still think they're a good team. I'm like you though. I'm a little less high on them right now after looking at this defense after 2 weeks. You know what
Sure
I'm saying?
enough. Sure enough.
But as far as last night, there was enough blame to go around last night. But speaking of blame, of course, in Carolina, they've gone to your boy Andy Dalton, will be starting. Your Bama boy Bryce Young has been benched
Ah,
officially after two weeks into his second year, which is wild to me. So, is he a bust or is it an organizational failure
it's rough.
or
This
both?
is it is as bad as Bryce has played, he hasn't acquitted himself, right? But at the same time, I think he's lost his confidence. I mean, you saw the talent within him. You know there are some players that are system oriented, but other players you can see on the college level if they have the talent or the skill set. The only knock on Bryce is his height, is his size.
Yeah,
So when you have a player that is that diminutive of stature, that slight of frame, you have to have pieces around him. So I gotta go 70-30, 70% blame on the Panthers organization for, drafting him and not really don't look like they've identified a plan to surround him with the pieces that he needs to be successful in this league. And then the 30% I gotta put on Bryce because he just looks like he's shaking out there, like he's seeing ghosts. I
yeah.
think they said the last game that he was only pressured like 4 or 5 times, which was the least in the league out of the pass attempts, but you still failed to throw for over 100 yards.
Like throwing in the
That,
double coverage, like
yeah,
that's what worries me about when I look at him. I agree with you. They haven't put enough talent around him. But what worries me is he was ultra accurate at Bama. And now that part of his game seems to be gone. He doesn't seem very accurate anymore.
confident,
That was one of his biggest strengths at Bama,
right?
that
And
pinpoint placement. You know what I'm saying? Like,
exactly. And then if you watch his 2 seasons at Bama, there were 2 seasons he started. The offensive line was not that good.
right,
They had holes. And then his last season there, the wide receiver play was kind of poor, which is why his numbers dropped from what they did when he had Jameson and Mechie. When he won the Heisman, he put up over 4,000 yards passing. But then when he lost Jameson and Mechie and they had Brooks and Ja'Cory Brooks and Trayshawn Holden, and I think Jermaine Burton came over for that, that season. But the wide receiver core was not that good. It wasn't as talented as it had been
right,
when they had Ruggs and Waddle and Judy and even Jameson Mechie and Jameson. I mean, uh, John Mechie and Jameson Williamson. Um, so yeah, again, like you said, in college, he was pinpoint accurate. He was able to manipulate the defense. He could make plays on the run. He wasn't running to run. He was running
right,
to throw, running to
right. It seemed
pass.
like
And
he
so
manipulated the pocket better at Bama. I don't know. He seemed like he just lost his whole mojo.
that's what I'm saying. And so when he got, I think his first season, the amount of pressure that he was under with the lack of talent has probably shaken him to his core. I think he
Right.
went.
And then from what they were saying, your boy Frank Reich didn't want him. You know what I'm saying? That he wanted Stroud. So I think that played into the reason he got fired after 11 games last year. Because I think there was a clash there where he didn't want Bryce for real. So I think that was part of the issue last year. And now you're switching, you know what I'm saying, switching programs again. You know what I'm saying? So it's like no continuity of the offense, no talent on the offense. I Now don't get me wrong. I said in the beginning, I didn't think he would translate. I just thought the size and the height would be a problem. But I didn't see it falling apart this way, this
Yeah,
quickly. You know what
right.
I'm saying? I
And
thought he had more talent than that, where it would overcome
I
somebody.
still think he has enough talent to be at least serviceable where he could, have
Is
a
it over in
make.
Carolina then? Do you think he done in Carolina?
Yeah, I think so. I don't think the organization will have enough confidence in him to continue to build around him. They will
Right.
probably be looking for a quarterback in the draft.
And that's the problem. I think they're going to have another high pick, maybe the
Yeah.
first pick.
The only way he stays in North Carolina is if Andy Dalton falls flat on his face or get injured, and they
And
give
they
him
have to put
another.
him back in.
They have to put him back in, and he does, a 180, a
Right.
complete turnaround.
Yeah, I think he needs to get with a
Why
real.
folks?
Oh,
Listen, real quick. Why
go ahead.
folks say? Go ahead, finish it. I ask later. Go ahead.
Nah, I was just gonna say, man, I think he needs to. I agree with you. I think he needs to go somewhere else and get with a really senior offensive coach, a good offensive coach. Maybe even sit. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not sure what he's gonna be learning sitting this year on that in that Panthers organization. I'm not sure. Maybe it'll be good for him, and later on this year they can go back to him. But
He
I
got to
think in
settle
the end
down.
they're gonna have to get rid of him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he gonna have to settle his down because you could just tell, man. Some of the like the interception he threw last weekend. I didn't watch really too much of the game this week. So I was watching Dallas get destroyed, but it was a pass against New Orleans last week where the Thielen was open. It was in between two defenders, but I've seen him make that throw
Right.
a lot of times in
Right.
between coverage, in between a high low defensive concept.
Right.
Drop it in the bucket, and so
Yeah.
it's confidence driven. I don't
I'm
think
with
the
you. Yeah,
talent.
I think he's a little shook right now too. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? I'm hoping for the young man he gets it back. I
yeah,
mess around with him that. Of course, I didn't think he would be a great quarterback in the NFL, but I do hope he gets another opportunity and that he can get some of his mojo back. You know what I'm saying? I'd like to
right,
see him get another opportunity.
right. It's not the Jamarcus Russell situation where he's just effing off, or Ron
Right.
Lee, what I'm saying, with
Right.
substance abuse or whatever. Just not really. He has a good head on his shoulders. He's about the right stuff. Just some of the comments that they made about him in the, when he first got there, and even this off season, they know that he knows the game, and what I'm saying, he understands defenses. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So it's got to be the confidence. It's got to be
Yeah,
confidence.
I agree. I agree, brother. My overarching takeaway from this weekend, bro, if I was going to say, is just the parity, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's Patrick Mahomes and then everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Mahomes is that deal. You know what I'm saying?
I told you it's gonna
He
be a
that deal.
three-peat.
He didn't even play well, Chief. But when time came to make a play, you know what I'm saying?
He
Got a
makes it.
holding call. Okay, 4th and 16. No problem. You know what I'm saying? Because that pass was on the money. You know what I'm saying? There's people talking about the pass interference, and I get it. It was pass interference, though.
It was pass interference.
Would I like him not to make that call in that situation? Sure. I would like to let him play, you know what I'm saying? But he
You
got there
can't
too
do that.
early. He
If
got there way too early. You know what I'm
if
saying?
it's a pass
And
interference
the
call in
pass
the
was on
first
the
quarter,
money, which is why I say he couldn't let it go. The pass was on the money. Dude might have caught the ball. You know what I'm saying? Had he not been interfered with. You know what I'm saying? So you got to make that call. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, you got it, no doubt. And when I first saw it, I was like, man, these dudes lucky they get this
Yeah,
bullshit
in
call.
real time, it looked like a good play.
Right. But then when you go back and see it, it's like, oh yeah, that's definitely PI. That's
Yeah,
definitely
definitely.
PI. But
Yeah,
it's
that's my
designed.
takeaway though. It's them and everybody else, man. At this point,
I told y'all that at the beginning of the season, it's the Chiefs to lose. They can play sloppy and still win.
and
If they
still
play,
win.
if they on target and on point, they gonna definitely beat you. But
Because
they
he
can
one of
have
them
they
dudes.
they
You
can
you
have
got to
a
beat him down, Chief. You can't almost beat him. You got to be
you
killing
gotta
him.
beat
You
them.
know what I'm saying?
You
Yeah, you
got to
got to
beat them.
really beat him down. You know what I'm
You got
saying?
to beat them, man. It's like watching the Patriots all over again.
All, bruh, really,
Like
bruh.
watching the Patriots
When they get
all
all the
over again.
damn breaks, you know what I'm saying? It's
Get
like, damn,
all the calls.
all the calls, like, damn.
They played your team played probably one of the best games they play of the season. They play a C
Right,
minus, C plus game,
right.
and they
I'd
still
be
come out on
damned if
top.
we didn't outplay them in that damn Super Bowl
Yeah,
and
both
lost.
times.
And
Both
lost,
times.
bro. Both twice, bro.
Both times.
Twice, bro. I hate this dude, bro. I hate this damn dude. I really do, bro.
Don't hate,
I
appreciate.
respect him. No, I respect him, but
Yeah, you don't.
I hate his ass, bro.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
Hate him. But like I said, man, it's theirs to lose at this point. Only injury I think can really keep them from it. Like I said, I picked CJ Stroud because I think in the end, I think they'll. I just think it's too hard to three-peat. You know what I'm saying? I think at some point they're going to get beat this year when it matters. And I think it'll be the Texans. But right now, man, when you're looking at it objectively, man, it's them and everybody else, bro. That's my biggest takeaway from the weekend, bro, of
Yeah.
NFL football.
I mean,
And like I said, and the parity. You
yeah,
know?
that's why I was gonna go with it. It's more, it's nothing new for me. With I told y'all that I said that the Chiefs would probably finish second or third in the conference and still win the championship because it's just Pat
That won't
Mahomes.
happen. We disagree there, but
Their defense is great. Joe Burrow gave up a bad
I was just
sack.
about to say, man, Joe, the Bengals outplayed them, Chiefs.
Yeah, Joe Burrow didn't have a bad game, but he gave up
He
that
had a
sack.
bad moment, right?
That one is that's all it takes is one bad moment at the
Against
wrong
Mahomes,
time.
one moment gets you beat, bro.
Yeah, it'd be at the wrong time, especially if you ain't putting no distance in between. You know what I'm saying? Two
Yeah,
score game. You
yeah.
got to capitalize. You can't. You got to put your foot on their throat. But the parity has shown itself early in the season.
Already.
Now again, you know how the NFL. How long you been watching the league? For a
Man,
long time, right?
long time, bro. 40 years.
40 some years, right?
Right,
I've
right,
been watching football. I can remember since the early 80s,
right,
like 81, 82. I
right.
remember
Early
yeah,
80s, bro. Right.
I actually remember Tony Dorsett running that
At
99 yard.
99
I was
yards. Me
watching that
too.
game with my
Me
daddy,
too. Me
who
too.
hates the Cowboys. He was
Saw it,
pissed.
bro. I saw that play, bro.
I
Right.
remember watching the game with Earl Campbell and the Houston Oilers and the Cowboys. He kicked
Man,
it
but
down.
we dating ourselves as old heads for real, bro.
Dating ourselves, bro. Dating ourselves. I remember watching the Cowboys lose to the Lions and crying, and my uncles make fun of me to this day because they said I was crying when the Cowboys lost. I've been a Cowboys fan for so freaking long.
Me
I don't
too,
even know
brother.
how I became a
But
Cowboys
that
fan.
year we broke through against y'all in them playoff, boy, that was the happiest day of my life, boy. We had been losing in the playoffs so much. I was like, oh my God, we can't never
I
beat.
check it out, Dante. I was at my grandmother's house watching Joe Montana beat the Cowboys with the pass or the catch or
The
whatever they.
catch. The
I,
catch.
I'm people would hear this and say, "Oh, you just saw that on." No,
We
I
saw
was
it,
in my
bro.
grandmother's
I
room
saw it.
watching the game. I can visualize it to this day. I know what type of comforter she had. She had like a flowery comforter. The TV was on the TV was on the chest of drawer, and it was a black and white TV.
Right. Still my greatest memory as a 49er fan, bro. Like, man, finally.
But
Finally.
anyway, but yeah,
But yeah,
the parody has been, it's rearing its ugly head. But we see that, the early season, there are teams that jump out and we like, oh, are they gonna be contenders? They look
right.
for real. And
Right.
then they come crashing back to earth.
Right. Right.
Uh, the Saints look like
They're for real.
they for real. I don't see where it's fluky.
Me either, because the offensive line has gotten much better and the
It,
defense was already
the
good.
defense has been good for
Right.
years. The defense
Right.
has been they ain't been like a shut down defense,
But they've
but
been solid. But they
they've
look
been
like
solid.
this year
Yeah,
they're good. They're actually really good right now.
and in some years they have been top five defense. They've been a really
Exactly.
good defense,
Right.
especially with Cameron Jordan. He's been a mainstay. They got
Right. Now they got
Matthews.
Matthew back there, right?
Yeah. So they're not, and Demario Davis, he's been a
Corners are
stalwart.
nice. Corners are
Yeah.
solid.
McKinstry look like he can play. Kool-Aid look
Right.
like he can play.
Right.
So yeah, the Saints look like one of those teams that might be here for the long
That's
haul.
if they can continue to run the ball the way they run
The
the ball.
Saints and the Bucks. I think
Yeah.
it's gonna be a better division than what we originally thought.
Yeah, and because I picked the Bucks to win the division, but
I did too.
definitely gonna give them a run for their money though.
Yeah, we'll see. One of them two teams gonna really show.
One of them for real, one of
Yeah,
them not.
we got
Right,
to see which one of them really, really for real. I think both of them have an opportunity to make the
I do too.
Yeah, so that may knock out either
And
the
it's
Eagles
gonna
or the
come down to which
Cowboys.
quarterback can maintain, I think. Which one of
Yeah,
those QBs can is actually on an arc that's going up still. You know what I'm saying?
right,
Like, is
right.
Carr really back to being a good quarterback?
Exactly.
Is Baker really on solid
Really
footing at
a
the
solid
starter
quarter.
now?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we got to see on that note, man. You know what I'm saying? But if we definitely let's move on to a little bit of entertainment news,
Woo.
bro, because
Take that,
this
take that.
really one that made us have to jump on tonight, bro. To really, of course, your boy Diddy got arrested yesterday. Of
My
course,
God,
he got denied bail today,
my God.
bro. What's your thoughts on this whole situation, bro?
Man, pull up the indictment, man. Pull up the
And man, it was some
indictment.
crazy stuff in there, bro.
Pull up the indictment, man.
About arson. I'm like, what?
Drugs. They had drugs, didn't they? I thought they had drugs or something. They said something
Yeah,
about it.
like he was drugging people.
What the hell was that? Oh shit. I'm scared the hell out of him. But anyway, yeah, man, Diddy, man, damn, it's looking bad.
It's
It's
looking
looking
bad,
bad.
bro.
It's looking bad for the Diddler, man. Sex trafficking indictment.
Right.
They won't post him bail. Now you tell me this. How does this seem fair? Trump can make bail, but Diddy can't. Trump been known to try to extort his victims the same way they said that his accusers. Trump has been known to do that or to
Yeah,
have somebody to try to make contact with them.
yeah.
That's one
I
of the
think what
reasons
it
why they
shows is,
said
bro,
Diddy.
it shows what we already know, bro. There are level you and you know this. There are levels to everything in life, bro. There are levels to power. Diddy ain't on the same level, bro. He just not, bro. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to stuff like that, man, I have an issue with it the way that yeah, I got an issue that Trump can get bail. Sure, I do. But do I have a problem with Diddy not being able to and reading what I read? Not really. You know what I'm saying? Not for real. Because I'm looking at it, man, and some of the stuff they're alleging that he did.
The
You know
freak
what
offs.
I'm saying? Freak offs. Like
The indictment
bringing
alleged.
people in, drugging them, forcing them to have sex with, you know what I'm saying, male sex workers and
Right.
threatening them, keeping evidence of it to coerce them not to say anything. It's some low down stuff, bro. That's in there, bro.
Diabolical, man. Diddy diabolical. We had talked about this some months ago. I don't know if you remember the conversation. We was like, okay, if Diddy was behind, some of the things they were saying, like him uh having like male, like a male, it don't matter male or female, but
Right,
drugging them and basically raping that person.
right, right,
You know what I'm saying? Like, what type of mindset would you have to try to go against? They got you on camera, like in a compromised situation.
right,
Like, how do you respond to that? And I know we had talked about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would take my power back, man. I wouldn't. I would hope that that's my mindset because
right. That you
it's
have the
even
strength
hard,
and the courage to do it. You know what I'm
right?
saying?
It's even hard to just say he raped me for
Right.
a man. You
Or
know
a
what I'm
man.
saying?
Right,
Like this
right,
so emasculating that
right,
you say something, you know what I'm saying, even in a scenario that's got nothing to do with you. Like I was talking to a coworker today, like, you know what I'm saying? It was even hard for me to even put myself in that situation and be like, oh, he raped me. You know what I'm saying?
right,
Like, how hard would it be for you to, and I guess, people go through it all the time who've been the victims of rape, which is probably why some of them don't even some of
support
them
it or
don't even come
anything.
out or report it
Right,
because of how it makes them, what I'm saying, feel or whatever, or how embarrassing it is. But I guess if you are a male figure or a female figure trying to establish yourself in the music or entertainment industry, and you know what I'm saying, you got this relationship with a gatekeeper, somebody as powerful as Puffy,
right,
who's like, hey, I got you on camera.
right,
You know what I'm saying? I would hope that I would have the courage and the strength to be like, no, motherfucker, I got you because I am going to make sure that I tell the world and everybody in it to bring your empire come crashing down, you're going to pay me and you're going to go to jail. And
Right.
if he did do those things, then I hope the weight of the justice system buries him more than 6 feet under,
Right.
because
Right.
that's just too diabolical to
Yeah, because I'm looking at it
comprehend.
online, man, and it's of course you got your usual defenders, you know what I'm saying? Those who are another black man, they trying to take another black man down. You always get that, in these situations, but I think he if it's true, if these allegations are true, of course it's all alleged at this point.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, you know what I'm saying? If it's true, I just don't feel any remorse for him. You know what I'm saying? I'm lacking it for him. You know what I'm saying? For some of the things that he did to, and like you said, not just the men and women, the things he did to some of these men and women. If it's true, I don't have any remorse for him, bro. I have none. I feel nothing for him about losing it all. You know what I'm saying? Am I saddened that he chose to go the route that he did with his power? Yeah, it
Why,
does sadden me because
why
it
are
was
you
so
sad?
unnecessary.
Why are you sad? He's no kin to you.
No,
You don't
I'm
have no.
saddened that a brother who was in up here like this chose the route that he chose when you could have gone a more positive route. You know what I'm saying? You could have been a positive influence in the community. Instead, you're using these other black people for your own sexual perversions, allegedly. You know, he still got the money. We don't want to get sued. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So allegedly, you know what I'm saying? So, but I'm hearing he had in the article I read said he had to trying to sell his plane, selling the house in LA. So he got to pay these lawyers, you know what I'm saying? So he gonna have a high powered legal team, but it's looking bad for the Diddler, man. It really is, bro.
I'm with you on that, Dante. That's my, my whole take. Being saddened by a brother being with that much power. You know what I'm
Right,
saying? With that much money, with that much influence, the a person that we put on a pedestal
right,
for whatever reason we put him on a
right,
pedestal because of the music that he was, that he not that he made, because he didn't make anything, but the
right,
music
right,
that he was able to help people to bring to us
right,
love, right?
right,
So, and anytime for me as a black man in America, uh, in the world, anytime that there is somebody of influence, of power, of what I'm saying, you know, that's well off, wealthy, I don't like to see with R. Kelly. I don't like to see their downfall.
right,
Right.
right,
I want to, like a lot of people we see on social media and in the world, as black, that's why we do it, is because we've been persecuted for so long. We don't like to see other people be persecuted, but wrong is wrong and right is right. And
right,
like you said, I hope that, well, we know the Cassie stuff went on, and we
right.
took him to
Saw it.
task then,
Right,
right? We took him to task then. We know he had the freak outs. I got my best friend, shout out Seneca Allen. He told me that he knew some people that have been to Diddy parties. You know what I'm saying? And they said it was wild. And so
right,
we know the freak offs happen, right?
right.
You know what I'm saying? But
Allegedly.
did, didn't know he been didn't know that he done been he a wild boy. But
Right,
we just hope that, none of it's true, but if it is true, none of
right,
the none of the more salacious, egregious stuff that's come out. You know what I'm
right.
saying? Uh,
Like I was telling the guy earlier who I was, in a chat thing with, and he was saying, "Oh, he's being persecuted." I was like, "No, he's being prosecuted. He's
right.
not being persecuted. He's being prosecuted for something that it looks like he did." You know what I'm saying? There's a difference between persecution and prosecution. You
Well,
know?
that I would side with him and those who feel their way on this alone. And like I brought up earlier, and I know there's levels to power, you know what I'm saying? But Diddy has it, right? He has power, he has money, he has fame. You know
Right,
what I'm saying? So why wouldn't he be afforded the ability to be able to make bail? You know what I'm saying? Just on these allegations. Now, I get, what I'm saying, that the evidence may be, high, but the
and
evidence
in
against.
this situation, unlike Trump, there's some violence involved. Because the thing I read said he potentially, allegedly, might have blown up somebody's car. I think it was Kid Cudi, maybe. You know what I'm saying? It's that indictment was deep, bro.
I hadn't read the entire
It was
indictment. I
deep,
just
bro. I
think
forget the young lady who was dealing with him and Cuddy, but like, he told her to stop dealing with him. He was gonna blow the dude car and say the dude car blew up in his driveway. So it was deep, dog. You know what I mean?
man,
I'm
hey,
just
but
man, did he?
another thing, man. So, and this was something we talked about too when the whole TD Jakes thing came out.
Right,
So you remember the conversation we had? It was
right,
about, you know what I'm saying, how like the and this may have been my friend Seneca too. I know me and Seneca talked about it, but like we can't really put ourselves in their shoes. Now we can put ourselves in a more self-righteous position because we feel like we wouldn't do some of those things, but these folk, man, they live a different lifestyle than we do.
right.
They
Yeah,
seem
you and
like
I talked
they've
about
done
that.
things,
Right.
you know what I'm saying?
What do you do when everything you dream of is at your fingertips?
Right. You
You know
can
what I'm saying? Who are you as a person at that point?
that
We all,
determines who
like you
you
said,
become.
yeah, you and I did talk about it. You think you know who you are,
Right.
the person, but you also know in your mind some things aren't available to you. You know what I'm
But
saying?
there's
So,
limitations.
right.
There's limits to
Take
it.
all the limitations off your mind and anything you can come up with, you can have. How does that change you as a person? Does it change you as a person?
Y'all out there in podcast land that's
Yeah,
listening
let us
to
know
us.
what you think about that. Does
What
it
you think
change?
about that? That really put your get out your self-righteousness. Think about those times you at home on your Pornhub looking at stepsisters and all that. Uh
Bros.
yeah, pull out your history. You cash, yeah, take away the cookies, the deleted cookies and cache temporary files that you done deleted.
Or look at your history and see what you
Right.
was looking at. Right, right. Whose Facebook page you stalking?
Hey, really deep dive into yourself and
Into
ask
yourself,
yourself, like,
bro.
if you just had limited means, unlimited
Right.
means, like, would you be able to avoid all of
And
the
to control
pressures and
your
temptations?
inner urges, those urges that are there that you just don't have access to even act on. You know what I'm saying? And then when that's all provided for, you can have it all. Like I said, who are you as a person at that point?
That's why I don't judge folks, man, because these entertainers, they people too.
Right,
They're not gods. They
right,
are they are prone to the same feelings, thoughts, mistakes that we are. They just can do it on a bigger scale.
right,
And they
right,
can be seen more publicly than we can.
right.
And so, like, even when we talk about athletes who go, I just seen the other day, Adrian Peterson is broke, and you know what I'm saying, how could he with all the money that he's made? You know what I'm saying? Diddy, R. Kelly, TD Jakes.
Right.
What is it? What power bottom? Uh, now I ain't doing that. Now that
Right. It's some stuff you can be like unequivocally, hell no.
I ain't doing. Hey, it was one thing,
Right.
man. If you ask
Right.
Seneca, my boy SA, shout out SA up in the loop. It was three things we said we would never do. Now one of them off the list. I'm gonna give you two of them.
What's that?
We'll never be white, and I'll never be a crackhead. And we'll never be gay.
Right.
Now, ain't nothing wrong with being gay, but
Well,
I just know
we got to say it, bro.
ain't
We're not
ain't
saying
nothing,
there's anything wrong with
ain't
it,
nothing wrong with it. If
but it's
that's who
not
you
for
love,
me.
love who you love, but that ain't my stilo. That's
Right. Right.
yeah. The
Yeah,
other
I
one, no,
agree,
that
man. Like
one
I
off
said,
the table.
I'm with you, bro. It's trying to judge other people, man. Judge not, lest ye be judged. You know what I'm saying? We all got stuff. You know what I'm saying? This may not be on the same level as this stuff Diddy is allegedly doing out here, but like I said, man, for me, I'm just waiting to see how it plays out. I'll wait for the evidence. You know what I'm saying? It looks like, and to me, in order to arrest him like that, that tells me they got some, bro. You know,
But I already knew when they invaded his house, they had something.
they had it.
They had the
They
feds
talked
just
about that in the little article I read as far as the indictment, all the lube they confiscated, and I'm like, man,
What you think about the 1,000 bottles of baby oil?
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, damn, bro.
Who,
my
man,
my thought when I saw that, bro, was often are you having these? You know what I'm saying?
exactly. Like,
Like,
hey,
is this a every day, weekend thing? Like,
what's the maximum amount of baby oil that you've seen in one household?
no, some people had a one small bottle, some people had a one big bottle. You know what I'm
At,
saying? That's
hey, at most three, at
at
most
most.
three, and
And
that's with
normally it's a
somebody
small,
that just
maybe a
had a
smaller
baby
than a
shower.
big one. You know what I'm
Right, that
saying?
was somebody that just had a baby shower.
Right, right. But if you got 1,000, I don't care any house I'm in, and I see 1,000 bottles, I'm like, well, damn.
That, hey, that's some free. Hey, hey, he's had the freak off, sir. I guess that's what you expect. A bottle of baby oil in every room.
In every room, bro. Like that's
Man,
like five in every room, bro.
it's one thing before we get up out of here, man. One thing, man, that's been disturbing to me the most is that audio that they had. They saying was him and Diddy and Meek Mill.
Yeah.
Man, that shit is
We talked about
disturbing.
that, bro. Yeah,
That
yeah.
shit disturbing. I don't even like listening to that shit. Man, I don't even want to listen to that,
Cause I
man.
think when we first talked about it, we was like, man, you can't even know if this authentic or not. But the more now you hear more stuff, it's like, damn, maybe. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Maybe, man.
maybe.
My God, man, shit.
Like, what kind of shit was this dude on, man? He went to like his darkest, if it's true. It seemed like he just got the money and the power and went to the darkest
Thought he
recess
was
of
untouchable.
his mind, bro.
Thought he was untouchable. That's the only way any of this makes sense is that you just totally believe you're untouchable.
Right.
Like
Not
you
just
can't.
that, to think up some of this stuff, bro. That means you're just, like I said, you're going to the darkest recesses of your mind. You know what I'm saying? And the things that I can do. What can I do to really control another human being? You know what I'm saying? Like, who thinks like that? You know what I'm saying? When you got money like that, why would I even be on that? I'm still trying to put that together, bro. Like, what makes you snap into a mindset like that? You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I don't get it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. We'll never know, man. We ain't
Yeah, like I
billionaires,
said, we'll
billionaires, and
see when
billionaires.
all this evidence comes out, man. But that's all for tonight, people. Thank y'all for tuning in. Trash talking with the old heads. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button
Yes,
on the
sir.
YouTube page. You can also find us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. And don't forget to hit us up on Friday. We'll be back Friday live with another
In
episode
the studio.
in the studio, baby. We'll see you on
The
Friday, man.
big three, the real big three.
Real big three. Man, we the old heads, man. Dante and Greg, man. Also for our boy Jerry, who couldn't be here tonight, man. And we out, man.
Tasty Tuesdays.